The vest on the chair still said leave, but the room had kept your name. On the flood screen, blue blocks climbed over streets where families were still waiting. The pressure gauge entered red, and your fingers stopped looking like your own. Every radio channel called at once, but none of the voices sounded in charge. The city map stopped being a map and became windows that might go dark. You checked the generator switch twice, because one wrong touch could choose a neighborhood. The empty chair beside you made the order feel heavier than the warning light. Rain erased the glass, and the world outside became a sound you could not measure. One valve line glowed on the diagram, small enough to touch, large enough to drown. The backup battery blinked like borrowed time, and no one offered you more. Your badge opened the locked door, then made the hallway feel like a trap. The clipboard shook in your hand, and you signed because someone had to own the choice. The door was open. Yet duty made it a wall. The red pump light waited for belief, while the floor kept vibrating under your shoes. The waterline camera dissolved into static, and every shadow started looking like a person. You returned each missed call, knowing some numbers would never become voices again. On screen, sandbags became tiny walls, and the tiny walls were already losing. The manual lever looked too ordinary for the damage it was asking you to move. Traffic lights went dark one corner at a time, as if the city were blinking out. A cracked mug sat by your hand, admitting fear before you allowed yourself to. The emergency binder stayed neat, but the room had stopped obeying neat instructions. The wet floor sign made danger look routine, like this was only another shift. The intercom stayed dead, and you pressed again because silence needed a witness. The last elevator light stopped moving, and the building finally sounded far away. White smoke rose behind the substation panel, hiding a city inside one small box. When the room went quiet, you became the alarm. You wrote a note for the next person, though part of you knew there might not be one. The dark district spread across the map, and your own name appeared nowhere on it. Radio silence locked your shoulders, because no answer meant the room was now answering through you. Under the cover, the reset key waited like a question no committee could hold. Morning softened the alarms, but the damage map still looked like an open wound. You folded the vest carefully, and it weighed more than when the night began. The city remembered the flood. Not the hand that stopped it,